Hey everyone, welcome back to another video on the channel. My name is Josiah, and today I'm doing my first Pokemon challenge. This challenge is can I beat Pokemon Fire Red with only one Exeggutor? Do you personally think I can beat the game with only one Exeggutor? I think it's possible, but gyms such as the Grass Gym, where most Pokemon are part Poison type, and the Fire Gym are going to be my biggest challenges, not to mention the Elite Four and Pokemon Champion. Let's explain the rules real quick. Only Exeggutor in battle. I can use other Pokemon for HM use only, no glitches or exploits unless you count the universal Pokemon Randomizer, and no items in battle, only held items. I can use items like the Pokeballs to catch HM Pokemon and running shoes, but I cannot use any items that help me in battle. Overall, Exeggutor's base stats are pretty decent for a second evolution Pokemon. His speed and special defense aren't the best, but his special attack, HP, defense, and attack make up for that. To start off, I named myself Ranch, cause why not? I used the universal Pokemon Randomizer to replace Bulbasaur with Exeggutor to make the rival fights a bit harder when he picks Charmander. Anyways, I name it Subscribe because that's exactly what you should do. After the first tutorial fights and doing important early quests, I start working on leveling up Exeggutor so I'll be ready for the first gym. I know it's a bit early for grinding, but I'm not trying to spend hours grinding on Rattatas, which only give me a level for about every 7 fights. I know this process could have been faster if I used Confusion, but this was before I realized Confusion was so strong. After grinding Rattatas until I'm level 8, I challenged Brock. I'm very under-leveled, so I wasn't expecting a good outcome, especially when I go for Hypnosis and miss 4 times in a row. Once I sleep Geodude and attempt to hurt him with Barrage. By the way, do you see how little damage those barrages do? I learned the true power of Confusion. It absolutely destroys Geodude and pretty much does the same to Onix. By the way, Confusion is going to be the MVP of this video. As I explore the path leading to the Pokemon League, I run into my rival, and of course he wants to fight. I am higher level than his Pokemon, but not by much. I'm pretty sure his Charmander hasn't learned Ember yet, so this is a pretty easy fight. Both of his Pokemon only use Scratch, whereas I'm using Confusion, sweeping every team in sight. As I make my way towards Mount Moon, I fight some of the required trainers and then some optional trainers, just to get the extra levels. Most of these trainers are either simple bug catchers or Rattata 3 stacks, so it was pretty easy to get through the valley. My only challenge was the Jigglypuff trainer at the end because I chose to use Barrage instead of Confusion for some reason. After making my way through Mount Moon, grinding my Exeggutor to a Jack level 17, and absolutely destroying the scientist, I grabbed the Helix fossil. I knew some people would ask, so here you go. After entering Cerulean City, I go for Misty. For the most part, I do well with Misty Staryu until it crits me with Water Pulse. I eventually kill it with Confusion, but Starmie's the real challenge. It hits me with Swift at the beginning, and then hits me with a critical Water Pulse taking me out. I was 4 levels lower than Starmie to start with, so I definitely have some grinding to do. After doing a little grinding in the grass patches west of Cerulean City, I get to level 20. This grind was pretty easy to do once I got Stomp, a 60 power 100% accuracy normal move. I added this to Exeggutor's moveset for when Confusion doesn't do enough damage. When I hit level 20, I go back to Misty. This time I have Stomp and Bullet Seed on my moveset. Staryu does the usual and I sweep it. When Starmie comes out, Bullet Seed does relatively well. I get it down to yellow health and Misty uses a super potion. After a couple more Bullet Seeds, I finish it off. It's crazy how much difference 3 levels can make in a battle. I go to Nugget Bridge to find Bill when I run into my rival, and guess what he wants? A fight. His Pidgey's now a Pidgeotto, he has a Charmander with Ember, so this might actually be a challenge. But I was wrong. I completely sweep his team with Stomp, and I only take a bit of damage from Charmander's Ember. After beating my rival and making my way to Nugget Bridge, I encounter the first trainer, a measly bug catcher, and it goes exactly as you'd expect it to go. I completely sweep his team with Confusion and embarrass his bloodline. The next trainer just has a Pidgey and a couple other first evolution Pokemon, and I murder them with confusion without mercy. The third trainer has a Sandshrew and Ekans, and guess what happens? A horrendously overleveled Exeggutor stomps them. The fourth trainer has two Nidorans, and again, I win with ease. Final trainer only has a single Mankey, which is kinda disappointing because I went through all that trouble for a single Mankey, and as you would expect, I kill it immediately. I make my way into Vermilion City to fight my way through the SS Anne for some important HMs and XP. I grind many trainers throughout the ship for some extra XP to try and level up Exeggutor so he's ready for the rival fight later in the ship. I eventually make my way to the rival fight, and it goes pretty bad because the previous battle paralyzed me and damaged me pretty bad. I go down to his Kadabra and teach Exeggutor a new move, but I accidentally close out my game and I forgot to save my game at all throughout this run. The last save was a test run the day before, so I have to do all of this over again. So I got back to the rival fight again after only 2 hours of speedrunning the gyms previous to this point in the game, and don't worry, the two Exeggutors have the same moves, nature, and pretty much the same level, making sure I don't have an advantage. The rival fight does pretty well. I sweep his team with confusion and two-shot his Kadabra, and after this I go grab the cut HM, which is a pretty vital part of this game. I solved the electric gym puzzle after 15 whole minutes of trying. His Pokemon aren't any real challenge, probably because I'm grossly overleveled and sweep its team with confusion. And by the way, if you ever do these challenges in Pokemon, you can overlevel yourself enormously if you want to sweep every battle, but if you actually like story, I don't recommend this. Making my way through the Team Rocket hideout was a pain. I had no idea where I got the lift key from, so I spent half an hour fighting trainers and constantly running back to the Pokemon Center every few fights. I eventually find the lift key and go fight Giovanni. The fight goes very well mostly because again I am grossly overleveled and I'm double effective against Giovanni's team. Giovanni's hideout was a long but easy sweep, so now I'm at the grass gym. This was one of my concerns at the beginning because some of her Pokemon are part poison type, and poison is pretty effective against grass. I completely destroy her team, so I guess it was false anxiety. I fight my way through the Pokemon Tower and all those psychotic ghost trainers to get the Pokeflute. After I use it to wake up Snorlax, I then attempt the Poison Gym in Fuchsia City. This fight was another one of my concerns even if I didn't mention it at the beginning, but I sweep his team easily despite them being poison type. I'm pretty sure they didn't even get a hit on me. The Fire Gym was again another one of the gyms I thought I'd have trouble with. I was right in thinking this though, because on the first attempt I get completely destroyed by Blaine's Arcanine, and I probably would have been destroyed by its Rapidash if Fire Blast didn't miss. I attempt this gym 3 times while grinding between each attempt. Rapidash's Fire Blast misses 2 attempts in a row, but I'm taken out by Arcanine shortly after. I'm back on Arcanine for the 3rd attempt. I deal 50% of his health to him with confusion, but I'm already damaged by Rapidash hitting Fire Blast. I guess this means more grinding. Wait, what? Arcanine's takedown missed, and I hit him with confusion again, killing him. Fire Blast missing twice in 2 attempts, and takedown missing the very next attempt has a 5.88233333% chance of happening. GG, I guess. I know I could have done this fight earlier in the game, but I came across Fire Gym first. My rival does the usual and I do pretty high damage to him. His Charmanion's now a Charizard, so he might actually have a problem. Instead it uses Scary Phase and I 2-shot it. The rest of the team's an easy sweep now that I have Giga Drain. I go in to fight Giovanni again, and it's pretty much like the last fight with him. Since I'm double effective towards this Pokemon and higher level than them, it's a pretty easy fight. I know I didn't include the Pokemon Tower rival fight, but let me explain myself. The file got corrupted and I didn't have any backup recordings, but it was an easy sweep, so you didn't really miss anything. The Psychic Gym puzzle was pretty complicated to figure out, but after I eventually get to Sabrina, I do pretty well. I replace Stomp with Strength to both move boulders and destroy teams when Confusion doesn't. Confusion gets most of her Pokemon low, but I use Strength to speed up this fight and to also prevent her from healing. What I'm trying to say is I won easily. I make my way back to Viridian City. By the way, I don't even know how Giovanni has a gym if he's part of Team Rocket. Anyways, like I said during the Silph fight, I'm double effective against this Pokemon, so this was going to be an easy fight before it even started. I replaced Confusion with Psychic, which is literally just a stronger Confusion that doesn't confuse. I completely sweep his team with Giga Drain, meaning I really didn't take any damage this fight because I made back the health I lost with Giga Drain. On to the Elite Four. On the path to Pokemon League, I run into my rival again, and of course he wants to fight. Nothing's too different about his team from the last fight with him, so this is probably going to be easy. The only problem is it's a 1v6 and he has a Charizard. I one-shot most of his team except Charizard, Gyarados, and Alakazam, and honestly, Charizard could have destroyed me, but he only used stat-lowering moves. The next fight with my rival is going to be the hardest one yet. Most of the Elite Four are really easy fights until I get to Lance. Lance's Gyarados and Aerodactyl did pretty big damage to me in all of my attempts leading up to the one on screen. The reason this is a problem is because 1, I can't heal up because I can't use items in battle, and 2, Lance's Dragonite takes advantage of my weakened Exeggutor and sweeps it. After trying about 5 times to beat him, I finally get the fight on your screen. This audio might not be caught up with the video, so just wait for Lance's fight to see what I'm talking about. This fight took me several tries and it was by far the hardest rival fight. This fight took me several attempts for one reason, his Charizard. His other Pokemon would peck my health down little by little and then he would send out Charizard to finish me off. On this lucky attempt, his Charizard used Slash when he easily could have won with Fire Blast like he did in the previous attempts. I take down the rest of his Pokemon pretty easily, not one-shot sweep easily, but easily. Now that I think about it, my rival was probably going easy on me. Anyways, this video was so fun to make and I can't wait to see what you guys think of it. I'll see you in the next video.